Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. I've got yet another Jurassic World toy review today. This is their Triceratops and it's from their S.T.E.M line. S.T.E.M stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths. Not too much maths, I hope. Okay, so I got this because I want to see what it's like, and I think it could be a nice mount for figures, but I think it might be a bit small. Now, it is something you do assemble, so it is too small. It's got bone parts you can use for customs and so forth. And there are other ones in the range as well. They have a raptor and another one I can't remember the dinosaur name of. Okay, so let's get this open and have a look. Let's get my trusty knife, cut the tape off. I'm really hoping this is going to be quite, well, not big, but big enough as a mount for 1/18 scale figures once it's assembled. If it's not, then I'll have to find some other use for it. Okay, nearly there. I think that might be it. Okay, let's put the safety cover on. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's get these parts out. It might be quite a good size. I think that's going to be quite good. Perhaps a little bit small for 1/18 scale, but nonetheless, it looks like it could be good. Okay, so we've got a base for it if you want, which is wood textured. You could paint that and you could see the grain there. You could get a nice effect. I'm not quite sure what that is. Is that like a, I don't know. I'll look at the instructions in a minute. Some sort of engineering motor thing for the headpiece. A card, Triceratops. It tells you that there's dinosaur DNA on, and it shows you what this piece is used for in the next section. You see down the bottom there. Okay, let's keep that safe for now. Instructions, which I shall be looking at. How to assemble. Oh, I see. So this card is supposed to fit on there. Okay, that's a nice touch. Not quite sure which way, whether it's that way or that way, but either way it will fit on there and that will plop up there. Okay, it's all numbered instructions, looks quite easy. Okay, you can assemble it without the this part there apparently. So that's pretty good, because that look a bit strange connected to your bone dinosaur, but it does look quite good. Okay, so let me start getting these undone and seeing what's which. Are they numbered first of all? Yes, the pieces are numbered, which makes it easy for assembling, but if you're going to paint it, you need these little numbers there, so you might want to cover those later. I'll keep that bag for later, maybe I'll have a use for it, for all these bags in fact. Okay, so that's 17, I think I'll do this properly. 15, sorry, 15, 16, 17. We'll get this done this way, be very quick to assemble. You guys won't be too bored, though I may just pause the video and do it. We'll see when I get there. Why is this one so stiff? Alright, this is one bag I won't be saving because it's going to be torn, or rather it's going to be cut, because that tape does not want to come off. Okay, so here we have pieces 14, 12, and I'm hoping that's 13. Okay, so far so good. So what I'm going to do is pause this video while I get the rest of these parts open, then you can see the assembly process as I do it. So I'll be back in 1 second. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. All the bags are open, all the bits are laid out. It's a little bit confusing because, for example, if you look here, it says, as you can see that, it says here 2, but on this part it says 5. That is actually number 5. And also the head doesn't have a number, but fortunately in instructions it tells you that's part 1. Part 1 but also part 2. So a little bit confusing, so let's get this assembled and see what it's like. It's going to be a little bit too small for what I thought, well, what I thought it was going to be rather, but I still think it's going to look pretty nice. Let's have a look. So this will connect to this, the spine points go up, but it's going to have decent articulation from what I can see. Ooh. I really don't want this to break, so I'm going to be quite careful. It said easy to assemble. Well, no, not that easy from what I can tell. Let me just take off some of this spurs from the actual casting, or the injection molding rather, and hopefully that'll make it a bit easier perhaps. Okay, let's see. So cool, that is not going to be easy. I'll come back to that part later. Or am I doing that the wrong way? Let's have a look. No, I am doing that the right way. The long part goes in. Okay, let's go back to the next part. Okay, so this makes no sense. Part 3 is going to go into, that doesn't make sense. Part 4 is going to be that way, and it will go in this way. Okay, that's easy enough. Okay, then we have part 5, which connects with part 6 and 7, and it's that way. Okay, easy enough so far. Ooh. Okay, so this will connect into here. In theory, well, it should connect in there, but it doesn't seem to want to at the moment. Okay, there we go. And we've got some articulation already on the up and down there. Okay. Now we're going to connect to part 8, which is going to be, let's have a look, this way. Okay, and that will go into part 9. Again, that's going to be a bit of a tight fit. Part 10 and part 11. So okay, that is my tail finish there. Maybe it should be that way around for the tail. And it's got some articulation, which is nice. Okay, next come the legs. Not a bad size. I'm hoping the legs will be slightly longer than that, but I doubt it. So we have 12 needs to come across like this, and it goes into 13 and into 14. Now these have got on the bottom these little parts here which will attach to the base. It will stand with them, so I may keep them on. If I'm going to display it with a custom figure on top of it, it will look good. I may file those down a little bit. Okay, let's get this on. Okay, it's going to be a bit shorter than I would have liked. Okay, that's going to be, and yeah, so that leg's going to be a bit short on there, but that should attach to this side here. That's what they say. Okay, get an idea of the height now. Let me do the next one. This has to move the joint over. That's a bit too stiff here. It's got some plastic in the way. That has to come over because that's going to go into the hip socket. Otherwise his legs will be outward, so you've got to fold that under. And that is not wanting to go any further than that, but I'll cross that bridge again in a moment. but there is decent articulation already in the joints, which is nice. Okay, that will go on this side, but again that needs to there we go, come down. Okay, back legs are longer, fortunately. Okay, let's get this in. Not bad, not bad. I'm quite impressed thus far. A slightly bigger would have been nicer, but hey, I'm not complaining. It was actually very good value for the, or very cheap I should say, for what it is. Mattel have really been doing good value stuff on this Jurassic Jurassic World line compared to what Hasbro would charge for something similar. So let's hold that up to get this leg in. Pretty good looking. Now to get that head in, I'm not sure what to do there. Okay, but that is way too big there, and I don't want to cut the inside, but maybe I shave a little bit. Right, shaved a little bit off, but I think that's going to be still too small to go in. I'll take this off first. Fortunately, this is a quite bendy plastic, so it's not so easy to snap. But even so, this is. I'm not sure you can see inside, but it's got a. It's like got a little square part and a round part, and so you need to squeeze past that. I might try lubricating that with some silicone. That's nearly going in. Okay, that is now in. But that was not so easy, and a kid would struggle with that. And honestly, I was a bit scared of breaking that joint. Let's get this back in again. Okay, so this is the Triceratops. So it's got pretty good articulation. Mouth opens really wide. You can twist. If you turn, you can get an angle on the head. It's got joints in the neck twice, one also here. The legs can bend forwards. The feet on the front have tiny articulation, but it sort of interferes with the, or rather the shin bone interferes with that. Tail's got quite a few joints, but again the bones seem to interfere with how that will do. Legs at the back can splay outwards, they can come down. Again, it has knee joints, which you get some movement in, but again the bones seem to interfere with that as well. But it looks quite nice. Now, to give you an idea of scale, I reviewed the Triceratops, the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Monolophosaurus, yes, the other day, and the T-Rex is massive in comparison. So this is obviously a lot smaller in scale, but it looks quite good. Now I was thinking of this maybe as a mount for like a skeleton warrior. It can be quite a good mount still. This is a boss fight studio skeleton, so let me just get in a position where you can mount on this. So you could ride into combat. How's it going to fit on there? Maybe get a little saddle for him or something. On his skeleton dinosaur, which looks pretty badass, even though the skeleton dinosaur should be a tad bigger. Now the other ones they've got are two-footed ones, which you'll have to use the base to stay standing. That's why I've got the four-legged stable one. But I may get one or two of them and see if they're any good for posing without the base and mounting something on. But this just looks pretty good. This will act as a mount eventually when it's painted a little bit better for my skeleton, part of my skeleton horde in my 1/18 scale, and I think that looks pretty cool. Not bad at all. Okay. Now if he's got a weapon in his hand, he can sit further forwards if need be, which means he gets the shielding from this bone plate on the Triceratops. He can maybe hold on to one hand and have his weapon, his lance, his spear, his sword in the other. Let's get him looking up a little bit. In fact, you could have a whole posse of skeletons on top of this. This can go charging into combat. So this is the Triceratops from the STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths range from Mattel. Again, this is this actually Mattel? Can't see it there actually. Yes, Mattel. This is actually pretty good. I do like it. I am quite impressed. The head is a bit difficult to put in. The scale was, if it was like maybe an inch, 2 centimeters taller, slightly bigger scale, this would be perfect. But the price, you know, this is 47 ringgit 10 cents. So in US dollars, that's about what? Around about $12.50 in US, you know, under 10 quid in UK, well under £10 in UK money. It's pretty good for the price. I can't complain. Again, just these little, you can see here where they've got the parts to insert into the pins here, make it less realistic. But you could shave those down a bit if you wanted to, or you can put some flocking around it, like it's flocking rubber, like it's walking through grass. But this is a nice looking figure. And the other thing I'll say, if you look on the side by the tail, difficult to see, but you've got the numbers here, here, and here, which you can't see in the camera, I don't think, which you may want to fit in with filler if you're going to paint it and use it. But it is pretty damn good. I think when I get paid, I might get the other two and review them too and see how they look as well. So you have his head up, you can have his head down for a battle charge. The legs, you could, how to the legs, let's have a look. You could do for a running charge here. The tail's got the joints, but they're quite difficult to get the movement you want, but that's quite a good charge there. We'll get his head slightly more up, get his horns in play. So this is Awesome Action Toys saying please subscribe, please like, you can share, you can watch my other videos, and I'll be back soon with more reviews. Keep collecting, stay happy, bye bye.